What is an economy? The economy is the wealth and resources of a country or region, especially in terms of the production and consumption of goods and services. What is social class? Social class refers to a group of people with similar levels of wealth, influence, and status. There are a number of criteria used to define each class, such as income, influence, lifestyle, education, and type of work. Ascribed status is status that is assigned to an individual at birth or through aging. Achieved status is a concept developed by the anthropologist Ralph Linton, stating that social class can be acquired by an individual through personal merit, effort, and hard work. Although there are many different definitions of class offered by different sociologists, the four major social classes classified by sociologists are the wealthy upper class, the middle class, the working class, and the poor. The wealthy upper class is composed of the wealthiest individuals in society who hold the greatest political power and influence. The middle class is the social group between the upper and working classes. It includes individuals who have white-collar jobs, meaning work in offices or other professional environments with minimal physical exertion. The working class is composed of individuals who are typically employed with blue-collar jobs, meaning jobs in manufacturing, industrialization, or any type of work that involves manual labor. The poor is classified as individuals who have a low income and cannot afford basic life necessities such as housing, clean water, food, and medical care. The poor is composed of the unemployed, homeless, and poverty-stricken individuals. The working poor are people who earn just enough money to buy the necessities of life. Even though they work, they are not earning enough money to prevent them from being poor. The homeless are individuals who do not have homes. They typically live on the street. What is poverty? Poverty is defined as the state of being extremely poor. There are four main kinds of poverty: absolute poverty, relative poverty, situational poverty, and generational/chronic poverty. Absolute poverty is an extreme kind of poverty where there's a deprivation of basic necessities such as food, clean water, housing, and healthcare. Relative poverty is the condition in which people have access to basic necessities such as food, water, housing, and healthcare, but whose income does not meet society's average standard of living. They cannot afford excessive services and amenities. Low income cutoff is a system used by Statistics Canada to measure relative poverty. Situational poverty generally occurs when a sudden crisis or loss occurs, such as a natural disaster or illness. Situational poverty is typically temporary. Generational/chronic poverty is poverty that has been passed on through generations. It occurs in families where at least 2 generations before were born into poverty. Individuals often find themselves unequipped with the means to escape this cycle. Child poverty refers to the state of children living in poverty.
Here is a graph demonstrating the poverty rate in Canada from 1973 to 2005. We can see a high poverty rate around the mid-1970s and 1980s because of a rise in immigration. Who is at risk of poverty? Young Canadians usually grasp for jobs that pay minimum wage because they do not have the proper education and/or training to work for a professional job. Aboriginal children come from families that give them lack of support compared to other youth. In 2006, over 40% of Aboriginal Canadians over the age of 15 did not have a high school diploma. 5 million women in Canada live on a low income. Women are discriminated because of their gender and consequently suffer with less of an income. In 2008, on average, a Canadian woman would only earn 71 cents for every dollar a man earned. Racialized people. People in racialized communities typically have the proper education requirements and experience in their country, but their experience is not valid here in Canada, so they are forced to work in minimum wage paid jobs. People living with both mental and physical disabilities are 2 times more likely to live on the poverty line. People with severe disabilities are most likely to be employed because of discrimination against people living with disabilities. The elderly. About 12 million working Canadians do not have workplace pension plans and are unable to save for their own retirement. Since childcare is so expensive, single parents tend to surrender their job and are left unemployed. Lack of education. Individuals who suffer from poverty typically do not have the money to have a proper education, which has a major effect on society, including crime and the economy. Crime. Poverty results in the absence of job positions and a rise in crime. People living on the poverty line are more likely in partaking in criminal property theft and drug possession. According to poverties.org, The number of criminal offenses rises when there is less access to education. Economy. When there are less educated people in society, it has an effect on society by slowing down the economy and reduces society's overall wealth. The poor that are not able to afford basic necessities are likely of falling sick. With little to no access to sanitation, drinking water, and safe food, people living on the poverty line are likely to become sick. Their mental health is weakened by social discrimination and stress levels of living in poverty. Why is our topic related to our sociology course? Sociology is a study of development, social problems, structure, and functioning of human society. Our topic focuses on structure of social classes in society and poverty, which is a major social problem we face today.